What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining. If people are jumping on, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I'm just doing a test thing. I'm trying to figure out some of these the live stream stuff here. So if people are like, "Wait, what's up, Plunk? Thanks for jumping on." Whatever. Trying to test the mic, trying to test like how all this works, how to pull up stuff. Where did I get the software? So far, I'm just using StreamYards, so that's just free. Like I want to eventually get it to where I can do it through OBS. That's what I had one going earlier through OBS. I just didn't know if my mic was coming through, so I'm trying to. I only have one monitor. I feel like if you have two monitors, you can actually. I feel like you can do it better when you have two monitors. Yeah, so I can see like what I'm pulling up and everything. So I'm just testing this out, man. If you want to hang out and chill or ask questions, whatever, like I'm looking at the chat. Like I'm trying to see how these different like all this different stuff works. So each one is slightly different. Like StreamYard seems the most user friendly, but because I'm not paying for it, like it limits me with a lot of stuff. Like I can't do intro videos. I can't do. uh, it's not as good. Like I feel like if I learn how to use the OBS one, it'll be better. But I just wanted to mess around with it. So, like right now, I'm gonna see if I can pull up an article and see how that works. So, bam. Like, does this show up? Let's see here. If I go to stream, okay, cool, cool. So, see, the problem is that now I got to click through. Like, if I had a second monitor, I'd be able to just see that this is on that monitor, and then I want to. I'm clicking through my tabs. It's kind of annoying. So maybe I'll go buy a second monitor tomorrow or whatever. Just go buy a cheap like some little 25, 27 inch or something cheap, just so I can have something that's pulled up on the side. Yeah, I feel that'll make like this stuff easier. I kind of already had a feeling with that when I was looking into doing the streaming stuff. Most people are running 2 to 3 monitors. So I just wanted to mess around with it. But while I have this one up, I might as well read it. So, Captain America: Brave New World eyes 86 to 95 million. I find that kind of hard to believe. Like, most of the theaters around me are not super sold out. Like, the Burbank 16 is one of the biggest ones in California, and that one is always big, especially for Marvel's movies. Like, that one's always kind of sold out. Like, the tickets just went on sale, and it's about 3 weeks out, and that one was already pretty packed. But 86 to 95 million, mm, I wouldn't be surprised if it hits like 70 or whatever and kind of stays there. I have a feeling the first week is going to get a lot of people out of there. So it's less than 5 weeks until the first big opening of 2025, that being Disney, Marvel Studios, Captain America Brave New World, which hit tracking service Quorum and is expected to do 86 to 95 million over the first 3 days or the 4 day Valentine's Day, President's Day weekend. I don't know if does that count as a 4 day weekend? I don't think people get Valentine's Day off. Well, I guess they might get President's Day. Some places, like if you're in, like if you work for, you know, the government or whatever. But most people I know don't get that off weekend. So President's Day weekend beginning February 14th, the Friday to the Monday figure is also bound to be 100 million plus at this point in time. The only reason I see it doing that is because like Captain America 4 has nothing going against it for almost a full month. Like it has like a full month that it's going to be kind of the biggest movie that's out just because it's a Marvel movie. So it might do okay, but you'll see a lot with the second week drop off. Like I think if that thing hits like 80% drop off, it's not going to do well. The rejection takes into account the change up in cast, Captain America franchise in the Captain America franchise, and the overall reset of the franchise. The next installment is a grounded title, 2014's Captain America Winter Soldier, which opened to 95 million. Yeah, 95 million in 2014 though is way different than 2025. Like tickets are almost 25 to 26 bucks out here. I'm sure if you're in other places they're slightly cheaper, but I don't know about that. We'll see how that goes. On Quorum, Captain America Brave New World has the most awareness of movies opening in the next month at 58, higher than Universal's Wolfman. Come on, Wolfman's a January horror movie. That's not doing great. Flight Risk comes out this week. I'm going to go see that with DA and T. So that should be interesting. We'll probably do an out of theater review for that one. It's also produced and directed by Mel Gibson, I believe. So that should be interesting. And then Paddington in Peru. People say the Paddington movies are good. I've never watched any of them, but from what I heard, they're okay. Captain America Brave New World is strongest with men, of course, with women under 35 not that far behind. Well, strongest with men because, it's Captain America, but it's probably also strong with women because you had Captain America with his shirt off one of the first times you see him. Comes out of that chamber and he's just ripped as fuck. So, I don't know. All right, I'm going to go back to chat for a bit. I'm just testing all this stuff out. Sayfax, you watched the show American Primeval yet? I have watched the first episode. The ending of the first episode was pretty good. Like I liked how they're setting it up to where it's like they're trying to blame it on the Indians, but that the woman and her child get away with the other dude. I can't remember all of them, but that so far it's okay. From what I understand, like the whole thing with the Mormons is a little off, but whatever. It could be okay. It could be an okay movie. What I've been rewatching right now is Ted Lasso on Apple TV. That one's actually pretty good. It's fun. It's like this guy's just ridiculously over optimistic all the time. It's just like, I don't care if I lose or win. It doesn't matter. It's like, it's just a nice little show. How does the mic sound? Is it too high? Because I feel like my settings aren't coming through. All right, I'll check out the rest of it and I'll see what I think about it. Oh, it sounds good. Awesome, man. Thanks. What are you guys up to in chat, man? Like I said, I'm just doing this just to kind of mess around with some of this live stream stuff. See if I can get the hang of it. Especially like when people cancel on stuff. Listening in 5. That sounds clear. All right, that's cool. Yeah, I never know. I feel like every time whether I'm on, it doesn't matter if I get invited to who's ever doing the StreamYard. I feel like my settings go through whatever they're running, and my mic will sound different on like each like live stream I'm on because I'll listen, I'll re-listen just to make sure my mic settings are working because I'm not sitting there listening while I'm on it. So I'll listen to it afterwards, and I'm like, why do I sound different each time? Like it's so weird. But let's see here. I'll continue on with this little article here. Captain America: Brave New World, strongest as men under and women under 35. Okay. In regards to those who pay to see Captain America: Brave New World versus stream at home, that number is very high compared to the incoming lineup at of titles at 67 versus Wolfman, Flight Risk, and New Line Horrors Companion, Paddington, and Peru. See, Companion, man, Companion looked interesting until if you've seen the new trailer, I feel like it gave away everything in it. I don't know if you guys are on top of like the trailers. Like the problem is, I try not to go to movies like when the trailers are playing anymore because I feel like I've already seen the first ones. So I wait like 20 to 25 minutes before I even go in because that's when the movie actually starts nowadays. It's kind of ridiculous. But the last couple times I've gone a little bit early and I've caught the newest companion trailer and I feel like it gave away so much, man. Like that looked like it could have been really interesting. And now it's like I feel like I know most of that movie with that new trailer. And it kind of ruined it. I mean, it could still turn out to be really good, but I hate when they do that with these trailers, man. It gets really annoying. Okay, cool. So it sounds good even with headphones. Yeah, that's what I use to stream. I just use my AirPods. Yeah, dude, trailers are some bullshit, man. I feel like you can just watch a trailer half the time, and that's why people, when they're like, "Oh, well, you just watched the trailer. How do you know anything about it?" It's like, dude, have you seen trailers lately? They give away like 90% of the movie, and it really sucks. It's kind of annoying. I'm kind of getting to this point where I'm like, the only reason I'm watching them is because I'm starting to do some of this stuff now, and people be like, "Hey, did you see that? Let's talk about it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I watched it because now I know I'm going to talk about it." But man, yeah, Hard Eyes the one with the Jackie like Timu Jackie Chan? Is that one? Because that guy like he uses all of Jackie Chan's moves. Is that the one? The Valentine's Day one? 'Cause if that's the one that you're talking about there with Hard Eyes, yeah, it's Calypso. Since I moved all the stuff in here, like you guys have probably seen my setup before, right? I was more back there with the camera to the side. This I set up a whole new thing. I'm trying to get things a little bit more set up so I can either do some more like do streaming properly and also make the videos look better. This is just a spot in my studio in a warehouse that I share with a few people when we do like woodworking projects and music and stuff. But I'm trying to make like a little nook so I can have all my stuff going. For real, trailers used to show bits and pieces. Yeah, now they're showing the whole movie, man. It's getting ridiculous out there. When people sit there and complain like, "Oh, you've only seen the trailer," and I'm like, "Dude, I've practically seen the whole movie." And then when you get trailers out there that have like literally shots of the last shot of the movie in them, and then you realize it after you've seen the movie, you're like, dude, that's like one of the most infamous ones to me, anyways, was the Amazing Spider-Man 2 when he's going up against Rhino and he's like throwing the sewer grate at him, or the and that's the last shot of them. It's literally the last shot of the movie. It's in the trailer. Oh, okay. That's not the one. Then Hard Eyes is a different one. I might not have seen that one. Oh no, no, no. We watched that one the other night. Sorry, there's one that's coming out in like for Valentine's Day, and dude, it's like a Timu Jackie Chan. Like that, it's ridiculous. Like even all his mannerisms and his fighting style and the stuff that he's doing, it looks like '90s Jackie Chan, but with like a gay Asian dude. It's really weird because he looks exactly like. I'm not saying all Asians look alike, but this guy happens to look ridiculously like Jackie Chan. Oh yeah, that's the other problem. Like the people who make trailers, they try to fake you out. They try to fake you out with like that they throw in stuff that's actually not in the movie. Oh man. And then people absolutely call that shit out all the time now, which is kind of nuts. Dude, I'm telling you, Timu Jackie Chan. Like, let me see if I can find the name of the movie real quick. What's the February movies? Valentine's Day. Let's see here. This year. He's like a Asian realtor dude who all of a sudden things go wrong. Maybe I can find the trailer for it once I find the name of it. Every movie 2025 February. It's not Hard Eyes. Let's see here. Oh, Love Hurts. That's what it's called. It's called Love Hurts. Let's see if I can pull up the trailer for it. If you guys want to indulge me while I watch this stupid trailer, but tell me this isn't Timu Jackie Chan. My computer's also slow, which does not help. Got a bunch of things running against me here. Okay, let's see if I can find out how to share. Let's see here, share this one. Did that one come up for you guys? Okay, so that's up. Okay, cool. Thank you. Hey, thanks for even jumping on and helping me with this because it definitely helps. So I'm gonna play it and I'll stop it about every 20 seconds or so, just so I don't get hit, even though it kind of doesn't matter for my stuff, but I don't want it to get taken down on my first time testing something, just so you guys know. If you guys want to go check it out on your own, then check it out there so you can watch the full thing. But also, let me know if this like I'm gonna change and let's see here. So I got that going, that and okay. You guys ready? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna run it.
Morning, Marvin. Every day is an opportunity
Coming
to
through,
change
I'm
your
gonna let
life.
it run for a few seconds.
Good morning. Do you think I just woke up one day as a top-selling realtor?
Okay, I'm gonna stop it. Is the sound going through? So the little bit that I played right there was the sound coming through, or because I think there's a way I have to do it to where the sound is coming through. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna run it about 20 seconds or so, and then stop it. So here I'm gonna restart it now that I know that it's good to go. And here we go. Let's go. And I'm telling you, watch. This guy's like Timu Jackie Chan. So about every 20 seconds or so, I'm gonna pause it.
Morning, Marvin. Every day is an opportunity to change your life. Good morning. Do you think I just woke up one day as a top-selling realtor?
You won the Regional Realtor of the Year Award. Congratulations.
No, I had to work for it and stop becoming who I wanted to be.
Okay, so there we go. That's 20 seconds. All right. So yeah, so that's so far in here. There we go. Just wanted to throw in some talking points and acknowledge the chat. See, this is what's annoying. Like I got to click through the tabs, so I'm definitely going to get a second monitor. It's going to make stuff like this a lot easier. But yeah, so second monitor is a must buy for sure. Dude, I'm telling you, watch when the fight scenes happen. It's totally Jackie Chan. So here we go. Here's some more of it. Here we go.
Aww. Hiding ain't living. feeling great all of a sudden.
We've been looking for you. Marvin Gable. I thought a has-been killer like yourself would be scarier.
There's a little bit more. Like I said, I'm going to pause it. It's going to be annoying. I'm sorry. I don't want the first one to be taken down. Dude, watch. Yeah, he starts throwing down. And even uses Jackie Chan's like fighting style where he uses random objects and stuff like that. Dude, I'm telling you, like, there's scenes where, like, he even does, like, the mannerisms, like, he has, like, Jackie Chan kinda does the face where he shakes his face or whatever to reorganize himself or resituate himself. I'm telling you, it's like, he does that a lot. Alright, so let's go.
Who are you?
We work with your brother. He brought us in to find you. After you let Rose go.
Where's the girl? Where's the money?
Tell my brother to back off.
This little 4-foot nothing ass spider monkey ninja got hopped. Hey, what the?
Oh, the audio's cutting? My bad. I have my, is it still cutting? I have my noise gate pretty high up, just so it doesn't cut into other things. Yeah, it's probably when I'm running a video because I've seen people when they do that when they're running videos, like something happens with the audio. Try not to talk running the video. Dude, I'm telling you, right? When I saw it too, I was like, wow, they did a de-age Jackie Chan, and then he goes to talk. He sounds like a very like feminine, like gay Asian dude. It's kind of weird. But here we go. Let's play some more of it.
Rose?
Hey, Marv.
When you stole from my brother, I got you out. Why did you come back?
We're hiding,
I love it.
and hiding ain't living. If we're gonna stop your brother, I'm gonna need the old you, not the realtor.
I told myself that I would never hurt anyone again.
Yeah, it's cutting when I'm talking during the video, so that's what it is. Like when the video is playing, I'm trying to talk. It's cutting when the video is playing. So I need to not do that, which is kind of a problem when you're doing it live because you're supposed to talk over it so you can have commentary, so then they can't flag you for it. If you just let it play, that's when they flag your videos apparently. I don't know. For me, it doesn't matter because my channel's not big enough yet, so it kinda doesn't matter. Like, I can kinda get away with it, but I'm trying not to do it, so then if I ever do get monetized. Oh, it's still doing it? Really? Let me see if let me turn down my noise suppression. Am I talking too low? I don't know. I was trying to listen to the playback when I was talking earlier, and, I felt like I was coming in too loud. I can't tell because if I'm playing it and then I'm talking while I'm doing that, it's hard to. Oh, it wasn't picking it up. Okay, so well, I turned down the noise suppression a little bit, so maybe it'll pick it up a little bit better. My voice is already naturally pretty low, so it doesn't carry. Like you guys probably seen me on streams, like my voice doesn't cut through like other people's mics. Even like my mic's actually not a bad mic, but my voice is naturally pretty low. So it just like it just blends in with everything. It's kind of annoying. I'm like, shit, man. I can't get a point across half the time. But okay, here. Let's play some more of it and I'll go back to not talking. But hey man, thanks for sticking around, man. You guys are helping me out. I'm trying to learn how to do some of this stuff. So I appreciate it. All right. Let's go. Another
Hey, are you all right?
minute.
I was in the middle of a high intensity yoga Can you give me a minute? I'm so sorry.
My brother said he wanted out, but he double-crossed me. Find them.
Now! Swiss cheese, they shit.
Don't worry, I've got guys who can patch all this up like you do.
All right. Another cut. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing a couple big things to really help with like the streaming idea. Like the biggest thing is obviously a second monitor. Like that, I feel like that will help tremendously because then I'm not clicking through tabs and trying like I would like to just have this up on one so then I can also see the chat and then have all my videos on the second one. Yeah, it seems like a woke comedy action flick with a Timu Jackie Chan. When I first saw this trailer when I went to see Wolfman, and I was like, my first thought was I thought it was actually Jackie Chan until he started to speak, and I was like, holy shit, that's not Jackie Chan because all his mannerisms, his fighting, everything about it. I'm like, oh, this is like a woke Jackie Chan. It's just ridiculous. But all right, here let's play. You know, I'm just gonna play the rest of it. It's like 35 more seconds.
Now let's finish this together.
You want the old me? You got him. It's about damn time. Sorry, brother. Love hurts.
Yeah, that's Love Hurts. If you guys weren't aware of that, now you are. I'm sorry to. Wolfman was all right. Like what I liked is what they tried with it. Like there was some really good work of like the camera work was really good. Like there were some really interesting things they did with that, and then the sound design was the thing that I actually really liked about it because it was like the atmosphere that it built was really good. But it's such a generic. It's like a very generic version of like the other Wolfman movies because it is a remake. You know, it's a Universal Monsters thing, kind of. But this was like a low budget version. So there was cool stuff in it, but it's very predictable, very, very predictable. And I don't know, like I really wanted to watch it because of Julia Garner, because she's going to be playing Silver Surfer. I was hoping she would do some really dramatic acting, like it would really sell it because she was really good in Ozark, but there wasn't really a lot of acting to be had in that movie other than by the main guy who turns into the werewolf guy because he has to do all the, you know, he's tripping out. He's like, it changes the sound around him. Like what's cool is like the camera tricks that they do is like they'll go from one person's perspective to the other, and I thought that was pretty interesting. But other than that, it wasn't all that great. Yeah, this Calypso. Come here. Here you go. There you go. Oh my god, she just stepped all over my keyboard. But so what's everyone up to tonight? Yeah, just chilling, relaxing on Sunday before the work week begins. That's what I'm doing. And also trying to figure out this streaming madness. I keep telling people, I was like, yeah, I want to get into it. And some people have tried to help me with it. And I'm like, dude, I'm so inept with like, like with recording videos and all this stuff with anything to do with the computer. I'm just like an idiot. I'm like, I could probably build a warehouse and stuff, but put me online with all this shit and I'm just an idiot. It sucks. So I'm trying to get better. But it's slow going. I don't have the time I would like to have to dedicate to it. So it's piece by piece type of deal. Bye, Calypso. Get out of here. I was actually surprised anybody even jumped on here. So thanks for even jumping on. Like I said, I was just doing it to like test some of the setup or the settings here in StreamYards. See if I like StreamYards. I tried to do OBS earlier, and it just I wasn't able to hear it. Like with StreamYards, I can like actually click onto my YouTube stuff and then listen to myself, so I can see what it sounds like and stuff. But with OBS, I wasn't like it wasn't doing that. And I'm glad it at least looks good. I mean, dude, I got like a $35 camera. And like most of my setup is pretty cheap, other than my mic is actually pretty decent. And I was supposed to paint my wall today, but I had a bunch of stuff come up. Like, yeah. Hey man, thanks. Yeah, Nino Luck. Thanks, man. Yeah, I tried. Like, I know DA in person. Like, that's right. I met him through that, and like, I know people like Gary from Nerdrotic and Chris Gore and stuff. I know a lot of those guys, and one of the biggest things whenever you're hanging out with those dudes, they're always like, "Hey, just make a channel, get out there and say your stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And it's like I've known those guys for a couple of years, and then I finally did it a few months ago. I was like, "All right," so. Why not? I was like, I know these people who literally make money, or some of these people actually do it as their full-time job to sit on here and talk about their points and stuff. I'm like, if I can ever even make $1 off of this, that would be amazing. Like, that'd be great. I mean, shit, let alone if you can actually make it into your full-time business. That's fucking amazing, you know? That's the dream, you know? It's like, oh, cool, man. I can just sit at home and make videos and, I don't know, talk shit about Hollywood, things I like, things I don't like, and actually make money off of it. That's pretty insane. The fact that's even a possibility is insane to me. But I know people who do it. It's like, holy shit, man. Good job. Yeah, I met DA, I want to say about a year ago. Like probably a little over a year ago now. We like Chris Gore was having a little meetup with like Mexican Iron Man was in town, and then we all met up at a bar, and DA was walking up and he had on a Ripperverse shirt, and I was like, "Hey man, you're a fan of the hat?" And I figured he was meeting up with Chris. I've never met him before. And then we all hung out and just started fucking drinking like all crazy down in Pasadena. And it was cool, man. Yeah, well, Nino, like you know what I realized with that? It's I think it's because well, I don't read as much as I'd like to read. What I do is I listen to a lot of audiobooks. So I there was a period of time there where like you know during the day you can depending on your work, you know, if you're allowed to listen to headphones wherever you worked. And I was working for FedEx for about 5 years, and so I would just throw in a headphone and I was listening to audiobooks for like about 5 years. And so it really helped with my natural lexicon and the like everything, just the way that people, the flow of conversation, having decent words and knowing what to say next. I've literally had friends of mine who are just like they won't know a word that I'll say. I mean, when I'm talking on here, you're trying to make everything accessible to everybody, so you're not sitting there trying to like pull words out of your ass, like the big words randomly. But sometimes in certain conversations, certain words work, you know. But definitely listening to a lot of audiobooks helped with my speech with that, and not saying you know, that happens in real life, especially if you're drinking and stuff. But yeah. Yeah, DA is great, man. He's the one that really pushed me to get onto this stuff, because he originally mentioned to me, he's like, dude, if you get a mic, you get a camera, he's like, I'll pop you on the streams. And I was like, okay. So you could probably go back, I think it was about 5 months ago now, and I was on his streams for like a couple months with a shittier mic, same camera but shittier mic, and my setup was a little different. And yeah, he was like, just jump on and, you know, say whatever you want to say. And then he started pushing me to be like, dude, you just do some videos. So Like I was learning I was saying earlier, I'm not very good with the computer stuff. Like any programs, OBS, StreamYards, all this stuff. It's very foreign to me. I'm getting better at it. But stuff like balancing even my audio was a big problem at the beginning because I can look at those old videos and listen to them, and it's like my audio is it's so bad. And it was literally just one little dial that I had to go find. It was just like, oh, up your mic, because my voice is already naturally low, like it's gravelly. But yeah, stuff like that really helps, even with my videos. I'm surprised people even watch my videos. Most of my stuff is all just reviews, which I appreciate people watching them or even giving them a click. So that's cool. So it's definitely interesting. This YouTube thing is interesting. The people that actually give you the time of day to listen to you or come talk to you, or you guys talking in chat right now, it's cool. Yeah, that's why you rock with them. Yeah. Yeah, no, DA is good people, man. And then meeting T through DA, that guy's wild. What's up, Brogu? What's going on, dude? Thanks for jumping in. How many people are actually watching this? I got 8 people watching me. Right on, man. Thank you guys. Like I said, this is just a test stream. I'm just messing around. I'm literally just talking to the chat. So if people want to talk, go for it. I kind of pulled up a couple of topics just to see how it works when I'm pulling them up. Like now I know that I can like click on it. Like I was gonna talk about the inauguration because that's a big deal that's coming up tomorrow. Like Donald Trump's inauguration tomorrow. It's a big deal whether you're a fan of him or not. Doesn't matter. It's happening. And so President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration ceremony on Monday will take place inside because of the frigid weather. I think it's that plus the I heard this thing where like China deactivated stuff on drones. I'm trying to remember what it was called, but before drones weren't allowed to fly into like government areas, like they had a natural sensor on them to where you couldn't, and they deactivated them. So people are afraid that they could use drones to weaponize. And I was like, oh, that's pretty crazy. But I mean, I don't know how true that is or not, but that's one theory that's going out there. Yeah, T is a character. Yeah, aliens. Yeah, dude, wouldn't that be like the icing on the cake if aliens just drop down on inauguration day? Just like, yeah, we endorse Trump. Like they finally just reveal themselves. That'd be too funny, man. Let's get rid of that. So obviously I have Marvel Rivals here in the background. I've been playing that a lot. Have you guys been playing that at all? Any of you guys been rocking with some Marvel Rivals? It's free. It's kind of hard to deny a free game. That shit's a lot of fun. Dude, if Trump's an alien, like that'd be kind of random. Out of all the dude, there's some weird videos. Like you can see Biden's videos where there's weird shit where his face shifts oddly. Like you don't see any videos like that with Trump. Like Trump just seems like old school, almost like redneck dude, but just grew up in business class. Like oh, you guys haven't tried it yet? I mean, the main reason I tried it that is just for one, it's free, so that's really cool. But my problem is since my computer kind of sucks, I'm more of a mouse and keyboard player. Like some people do not know this, and I have said it before, but I used to be a semi-pro Counter-Strike player. I was sponsored by Bank of America when I was about 14. And they would fly me around to different tournaments and stuff. So I'm really good with mouse and keyboard, but now my computer sucks. And once I started working when I was 15, I stopped playing with a mouse and keyboard, so I never upgraded my computer. So now I just play on PS5, and I hate playing on a controller because there's so many so many characters in this game Where if I had a mouse and keyboard, it'd be a lot more fun. So I try to play characters that work on a controller, and it's fun, it's good, but it's not as entertaining. Like if I go to play a DPS character, it just doesn't work as well because I'm sitting there like, stutter shooting and shit because it doesn't flow right. Not a fan of the hero shooters. No, that's fine. I get it. It is a lot of, especially if you just play quick matches, it's a lot of just run and hold down your trigger button. You're just shooting while you're looking forward with certain characters. There's a lot of that. Once you start playing in like competitive and stuff though, and you got to do strategies, then it gets more interesting. But yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to do that. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Brogu, and I appreciate it. So the reason I don't play on PC is because my PC literally sucks. I can't even run it, even on the worst settings. That's how bad my PC is. And my PC's, I don't feel it's that old, but I built it right before the pandemic. And then like I couldn't afford, at the time, I couldn't afford a good graphics card. And so I had an okay graphics card because I was playing Final Fantasy 14 at the time, was like my game of choice. And now graphics cards are probably more reasonably priced. And now that I'm doing stuff like this, I probably should just get a whole new computer in general. So I'm going to wait and just probably go to like Meta PC or something and just buy like a ready to go awesome PC for a couple grand to just say screw it, it'll last me probably 7 years or some shit. But I'd rather do that instead of, because I used to just build on my own and all my own PCs, and it was fine for whatever I was playing. But now that I'm starting to do this, like obviously I got 100 subscribers, I got 120 subscribers. I'm not making any money on this yet, but if I were to start making money, that would definitely incentivize me to upgrade all my stuff. For sure. Let's see here. Dude, if I can get to the point where I can never get monetized, like, so I believe it's you need 1,000 subscribers and the problem is the 4,000 watch hours, like 4,000 watch hours. And even with all my like I only have 33 videos and it's not even 100 hours of watch time, because even though my videos get decent click-through rate, like I only have 100 subs and most of my videos still get like 80 to 100 views, but people only watch them for like a minute or whatever and they kind of tune out, which that's fine. So you don't get a lot of watch hours, which is one of the other reasons I wanted to start streaming, because if people just sit here and talk on here, you do like an hour of streaming, well, that's 60 minutes that, you have 5 people, all of a sudden you get an extra 300 minutes or something. So that's how people, I think that's one of the big reasons people start doing streaming, is to get your watch hours up. So then you can qualify to, start getting paid or whatever. Because that's the big problem. Like, we're just doing videos like I am doing. It's like, just because you make a 5-minute video doesn't mean people are watching for 5 minutes. You could be like, yeah, I got 100 views on it, but only 1 minute is the regular time people watch it. So you only get 100 minutes, not 500 minutes. So I'm like, okay, I need to jump on the live stream thing. And I mean, why not? There's plenty of open space during the days when I'm like back home, or like I get home. There's a few hours before like some of the bigger streamers take up time, and I'm like, I could jump on for like an hour. So I need to learn how to do this, even if I only got, well, like right now I got 9 people, which is great. Thanks for tuning in. You figure you got 10 people watching you for an hour, all of a sudden you get 10 times 60, 600 minutes watched. It's like, that's great. Yeah, exactly. Pick a time when nobody else is doing it. That's kind of the plan, because usually I can get home if my day's going good by about 1 or 2 o'clock Pacific time, and unless it's like Friday and stuff when like NF or FNT and stuff like that, the bigger streamers who get like, or most of the audience goes to, whatever, like this side of the internet, you would say, I guess. And then there's people like DA who do stuff really late at night. And I'm like, well, there's like this middle from like, I want to say about 1 to 5 o'clock Pacific time. If you can fit in like an hour of time and you can fill an hour of time, then you can start racking up some time, and you can start racking in, for one, the viewers, get your view counts up, and then also get your time in, because that's the biggest problem I'm seeing. Like I can see possibly getting 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, it'll probably take like a year or so at the pace that I'm going. Yeah, that's the other thing. I have a lot of times where, since my like work time is so random, I have times where I'm up at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I know West Coast, that's not ideal. Like if all my viewers were on West Coast, that wouldn't work. But since there's people from, all you literally have access to the globe when you're on YouTube, so you can get all sorts of stuff. Got over 400. Nice. Yeah, I've only been doing this a couple months, and I got 122, but I feel like it's just because I'm on certain channels like DA's channel and Hold My DualShock. I mean, if I was just doing this on my own and I didn't jump onto streams like that, I'd probably have like, I don't know, less than 10 people right now. So I got lucky knowing who I know, kind of deal. And that's just, I mean, it's a good start. It helps even right now, just doing a live stream, and there's I got 5 people now, but it got up to 9 people. This is my first test stream or whatever. That's not too bad. If I can find a way to start doing this more consecutively, just even a couple times a week, and I can average like 5 to, let's say I get 20 people, 5 to 20 people, that would be great. Anywhere in between then, and then get those hours up, I can see getting monetized before the end of the year, which would be great. That'd be cool. Just to make a little extra money and start amping this up. Because that's the other problem. Is like, yeah, I can invest in stuff, go get another monitor, which I'm probably just going to do that regardless, just to make stuff easier. But it's hard to invest in this stuff if you're not looking to possibly want to make money in it, other than the convenience of making things easier. Which I like I said, second monitor, absolutely. I'm going to get that anyways. I'll probably get that by well, like I don't feel I need like that better of a camera. Like this thing was like $30. It's not the best, but I think in all honesty, what I need is probably just better lighting, because like I said, it's just like an extra room in our warehouse studio that we have upstairs, and it's just shit, dude. I'm running like electrical from downstairs up here through a bunch of power cords. It's very ghetto, but it works. But I need better lighting for like all my posters and shit. Get a better background going. Stuff like just little things like that, I think will help. Yeah, people. Yeah, Scotty. Yeah, I feel like that's where most people have found me, is through DA and yeah, the Asmongold aesthetic. that's actually probably pretty accurate. Email some companies. That could work. That might work, especially if I can start getting the streaming thing down. Just trying to do this right now made me realize I think that the next purchase is going to be a second monitor, even just like a cheap one, just so I can have all my stuff on one. And then, because like just for me to bring stuff up and click around, I'm clicking through tabs, and it's like I shouldn't have to do all that. And then I don't know what I look like, where my face is and everything, like how it actually looks. So I keep wanting to click back and forth. So I'm like, is this even working? Yeah, if Asmongold can do it. Yeah, no doubt, right? And it's like, that guy is just, I mean, whatever he did it right because that guy's making a ton of money by just being a hobo goblin, you know. Get a secondhand one. You see, I have an extra 50-inch TV but it's a VGA so it doesn't have HDMI cords. So I'm wondering if I can run that in the background and then put this monitor off to the side and do both. My roommate. What's funny is I had to take this this computer monitor back from one of my roommates because I wanted to set up this setup over here because this I was running all my stuff through this TV right here, the one that has Rivals on it. So that's why it's like sometimes like my face is all blown up, all like white light and stuff. It's because when that thing's on StreamYards doesn't let you do like blackout or shadowed out or whatever it's called or dark mode. So it doesn't let you like do dark mode when you're on StreamYard. So it's all super bright. And so that's why I always look washed out. And so I'm like constantly trying to click on other stuff so I don't just look like I'm just getting blasted with freaking a ton of light all the time. Exactly. Oh man. Damn, it's already 10:30. Shit. That's not too bad. Yeah, no, DA was supposed to do a stream tonight. I don't know what happened. I saw his post probably like you, like probably other people did, where it's just, oh, it's not happening tonight. I thought he was actually going to do it. I thought he was going to do, what was it? It was like, it was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it would have been 4 days in a row, like 4 streams in a row. I thought he was going to do it, but then something happened. I have a feeling he was burnt out, but he might have actually had some stuff going on. So when you did that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to jump on and see if I can learn how to do some of the streaming stuff and try to mess around and do whatever. And now, like, I feel like I can do some of this stuff, and I just need to pull up topics beforehand, get some topics going, and then probably just like open up and talk to the chat like I'm doing with you guys right now, just kind of bullshitting or whatever. Almost 2 a.m. here. Nice. I'm going to go for another like 8 or another 7 minutes just so I do exactly 1 hour. So whoever stays around, thanks. And if not, you guys have a great night. But I'm going to at least keep it running for another 7 minutes just so I can have a full hour on my first stream. Is anyone in the chat excited for the new Captain America movie? Almost 2 a.m., huh? So, Nino, you're not excited for Captain America, man? Yes, Scotty. Thanks you guys for even just showing up. I mean, and just sitting around and bullshitting with me while I'm trying to figure this stuff out and actually talking. I wouldn't be surprised if people just jumped into troll or something, you know. Captain America pass. Yeah. Oh man, the last year I feel like there was a lot of stuff I would have passed on if I wasn't talking to people about movies the way that I talk to people about movies. But I also have that I have the AMC pass. And if you guys are near an AMC or whatever theater is your closest one, and they have like some type of pass and you like to go to the movies a lot, it's worth it. Like mine's $25 a month and you can see 3 movies a week. So I can see 12 movies a month if I really wanted to. And it would only cost me $25. And if you just go to like a Dolby movie, that shit's already like $25 just for one ticket. So it pays for itself within 2 movies, even if you go to a cheaper movie. 313, fuck the brave world. Yes, and it's not bad. And that's one thing I've wanted to try to that's one thing I wanted to try to talk to people about, the people who run, like, the numbers about, ticket prices and all that stuff. Because there's a bunch of people who do that, like WDW Pro, people like that who run the numbers, and I'm kinda wondering how many of them actually factor in stuff like my movie pass that I have. Because, if I'm only paying $25 a month, and most people I know that go to the movies like that, they're only paying, the $25 a month, and if you're going to so many movies, how much of that money is actually going towards that movie? They're not getting a full $25 from you. So if you got, 10,000 people that are doing that, these people are basically only paying like $3 for that movie. So they're getting even less of a cut than that. That's what makes me kind of wonder how much of that even, because I feel like they run those numbers based on the ticket sales. And just because I get a ticket to something, technically with my pass, it's probably only costing me like $2, $2 to $3. So that doesn't really add up. And if there's thousands of people doing that, well, that kind of cuts into that. $30 for that's how much it is in Australia? That's insane, man. I know out here, like we go to like the biggest theater out here in California is like the Burbank 16. It's like one of the biggest ones. Like they have they consider it theater seating just because it's so massive, but it's probably close to, I want to say like $26 for like a Dolby, like the nicest theater, the best theater they have. But yeah, if you're gonna get popcorn and stuff, dude, yeah, you're looking at $50 every time you go. So I don't get popcorn, but we have a bar at ours. So usually I'll get a beer, and beers are like $12 for like, uh, I believe it's a 16 ounce, 16 or 22, depending on what you get. So it's not too bad. The pass is a monthly membership though. Yes, yes. So it's $25 a month. It's kind of like, paying for a streaming service. But if someone like me, I go to the movies minimum once a week. So I'm seeing minimum 4 movies a month. And even if I were to get the cheapest ticket, the cheapest ticket would be like $14. So as long as I'm seeing 2 movies minimum in a month, it pays for itself. But usually I'm seeing at least 4. So I see whatever the big movie is of the week, unless there's multiples that drop, then I can see a couple different ones. Sneak candy from the supermarket. You got to sneak candy? I mean, I guess you still do, but I mean, I do the same thing. I buy what, I don't know, Skittles or some shit, and I just throw it in my pockets before I walk in. It's not like they pat you down or anything. That'd be ridiculous. If they started doing that, I mean, shit, I'm gonna throw hands with that employee. No. Cargo pants. Yeah, like most people out here in California, like I don't know, most people I know wear Dickies, and like I got all sorts of pockets on these things. So they're not quite cargo pants, but yeah. That, or if you go with your girlfriend, it's like, dude, yeah, exactly. Bottle of vodka. It's like you usually throw drinks into the purse, into your girlfriend's purse. You throw snacks. Dude, I've straight up seen people who like pull out like full on meals out of their purses. Like women just pull out like a full on like dinner. It's like, God damn. Bottle of vodka, yeah. The worst, I remember like one of my exes when we went, she was like, "Oh, I grabbed drinks," and I was like, "Whoa!" Like we met up there, and I was like, "Oh, what'd you get?" And she brought a bunch of beers, and I was like, "That's fine and all until you go to crack them in the middle of a theater." It's just like, it's all dead silent. Like, yeah, you're not gonna hide that very well. It's like this is not what you bring to the theater, man. Fishing vest. It's like I got a beer over here, got Coke over here, acids in this one. Like I'm about to have a really good movie experience. Man. Yeah, it was funny with the beers because we're sitting there and I can't remember what movie it was, but it was an action movie of some sort. And it's like you're sitting there trying to time it to when like the music crescendos and you're just like, you're trying to hit it when somebody's like punching somebody in the face. You're like, oh God. Do we have gold class there? We can. So we don't have, I don't think we have gold class, but there's just a bar at the movie theater. Like you can just walk up and buy that. There, there's a theater in one of the malls that's close to me, and it's it's called Dine In. Like they do a dine in experience. So they have like a little tray that comes out in front of your seat, and you can order stuff to your seat. So they'll bring you your beer and like pizza or something if you order that. They have those there, but most of the time, like I buy my beers before I go in, and then I try to time it. If I'm going to get a second beer, I try to time it when I know there's a lull in the movie. Usually during the second act of whatever movie, I'm like, this is going to be a slow part, and then go grab a second beer or something. Hey, what's up, Joseph? Thanks for joining in. This is just a random little test stream. I'm just bullshitting with the chat. So if you got anything to talk about, go for it, man. I'm a little over an hour, and if people start jumping out or whatever, I don't blame you. I'll probably be shutting down here in a minute. Just wanted to test it out, and thank you guys for joining in. Anyways, I appreciate it. Probably be catching you guys on more likely Tuesdays is when DA does his nightcaps. So that'll probably be the next time. Oh yeah. I do. I've watched way too many movies to not know how to do it right. Yeah. Like some of the AMC's near me. Well, one specifically near me. It's in one of the malls near me. It's they call it like dine in. It's like dine in seating, I believe it's something like that. But it has a little tray it pulls out, and like you can order stuff through the app, and they'll bring it to like right to your seat. You're just like, oh, I'm D16 or something, and they just bring you your stuff. But I mean, shit, man, you're paying like $16. Like the one over here, like they started selling cheeseburgers, and they're like just the cheeseburgers like $20. It's ridiculous. VIP, yeah. I'm sure each theater probably has a different version of it. Like the most common ones out here near me is AMC. So AMC has a bunch of them. Like just near where I'm at, I got like 4 theaters within 20 minutes of me. Like the closest ones are probably about 7 minutes away, and then if I go down to Burbank, that's about 25 minutes away. But the Burbank ones really, like I go to Burbank when I'm going to see like a big movie, something like usually like a Marvel movie or whatever, like a blockbuster, like whatever the blockbuster movie is going to be. We go down there and like I meet up with people like Chris Gore, DA, Dante, Paulie from Latino Slant. Like we all meet up down there and we go and watch these movies as like a big group for the bigger releases, because it's such a big, and it's big theater, and it's like the best theater in Southern California. One of the few benefits out here. Might as well go see a good movie while we just let the city burn around us, Yep. The reclining seats, and like if you go to the Dolby theaters, or Dolby theaters don't have as many seats, but they have like the reclining seats that are automatic, and it's like you're basically sitting in a lazy boy. Like, those are actually pretty nice. It's a good movie going experience, and the sound and visuals are just slightly better at those ones. So those are pretty cool. Yeah. Let's see here. Hour and 4 minutes. It's 10 minutes to 11. So I'm going to shut this down at 11. So if you guys want to just kick it for another 10 minutes, I'm going to do about another 10 minutes and just, I don't know, sit around and bullshit some more. Try to look around and figure some more of this stuff out. Like I said, I didn't really have topics. I just wanted to kind of mess around with some of the settings and see how it sounded. And I'm glad people showed up to say that it doesn't sound bad on your guys' end anyways. Because it's like, I'm listening, I could pull it up on my, like another tab and I can listen in and it's like, it's not that great. Finish off Primeval. I will. I'll give that. I'll give that one another go. Like I said, I watched the first episode of it, and that like the beginning I felt was kind of boring, and then the ending of the first episode really started to get things going. When like it's like a fake Indian attack, or they hire Indians to help them like set them up. Right. That's that one, right? Where they like they hire Indians to kind of make it look like the Indians did it, but actually it was them. Yeah. So that one was pretty interesting. So I'll definitely be finishing that one up. The thing I watched today, the new episode of Sakamoto Days, which was really cool. Dude, there's conduit. I'm telling you, I'm in a warehouse. Like, so this is an actual this is just a second story of a warehouse. And like downstairs is like power tools and a weightlifting set, a pool table. It's like a giant man cave downstairs. This is just an extra room we had. So if anything, I'm going to paint those, and I guess maybe I can get a banner or something and just try to hide all that. Yeah, Sakamoto Days on Netflix. It's an anime that just came out. There's only 2 episodes, but it's really good. It's like a retired assassin he's ridiculous. If you like anime, if you don't like anime, then you're probably not gonna like it. But I'm a pretty big anime fan. Yeah, I wish I could hide it. I mean, I would have to, I don't know, move a bunch of this other storage stuff out of the way. Like this is. Did I watch Doro? I have not. Is it any good? I've not been to Austin. I've only been to Galveston. I flew down to Galveston to take a cruise, and we went down to Nicaragua. And yeah, was it Nicaragua? No, not Nicaragua. Where the hell was it? Shit, now I'm blanking on where I went to. There's a couple places in Mexico we went to, but we left from Galveston on a cruise. But I've only been to Texas one time, but it was cool. You liked it, Doro? Is that on Netflix? Usually I watch stuff on High Anime. I don't know if you ever use High Anime. High Anime has like all sorts of, it basically has almost every anime, and it'll autoplay, and you can set it to skip intros or whatever. It'll skip the intros and the outros, so you can get through stuff really quick. I know sometimes skipping the songs, because the songs are pretty usually iconic for all this stuff. But if you're trying to burn through an anime real quick, it's a good site to use. Anime on Netflix, metaphysical themes, underworld city. Okay. All right. It's called High Anime, like HI Anime. I believe it's .to or .something. If you just type High Anime into Google, you'll find it. Yeah, Texas was. I mean, so we went a day early before we went out on the cruise, and so, but like I said, I only went to Galveston, and so I got like Texas barbecue and a bunch of good food, and then, excuse me, and then we left on the cruise, but we went during what's called like hurricane season, and it was right before that really bad hurricane that happened about what was it, like 8 or 9 years ago, that one that just devastated Texas really bad. And we were coming back. I remember coming back on the cruise ship, and they stopped like a mile or two off the shore, and you could just see like the hurricane just ravishing Texas. And we had to sit there for a full day, and then they rerouted us to get off in Florida because of how bad it was. So I got a couple extra days on the cruise for free, and then I got to see Florida because I've never been to Florida, and so we went to Florida, and then we had to fly from Florida back to California, which was kind of a pain in the ass, but it was crazy because for me, I was like, oh, cool, I get a couple extra days off. It was like 3 extra days on the cruise ship and like free drinks and everything. But like 90% of that, probably 95% of that ship was all people from Texas. So like everybody else is crying because their houses are just getting destroyed. And I'm just sitting there like, dude, I get free whiskey, man. This is great. So I felt bad, but I'm like, I usually don't get like 15 days off. This is great. So it was mixed feelings on that boat for sure. Barrel, was it hurricane? Is it saying Hurricane Barrel? I don't know. I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was a really bad one. Like it might have been almost 10 years ago now. Shit, man. I'm 35. I was about 24, 25. It might have been 11 years ago, actually. Shit. It was a while ago. It's pretty bad. But yeah. Barrel was last year. Okay, yeah, no. This one was probably closer to almost 10 years ago. It was like or 2017, 2016, 2016, I think. So, yeah, 9 years ago. Yeah, I just remember it being I think yeah, Harvey sounds right. Harvey sounds right. Hurricane Harvey, that one sounds right. I'm remembering that name, or I feel like that was the name of it because it just came through and just destroyed shit. Oh man. Well, sorry, DA didn't have a stream going on, but I'm glad you guys all jumped in to keep me company for this time. It's only a few more minutes. Have I seen the turnaround video yet? What's the turnaround video? Yeah, yeah. When the women leave, they just leave disaster in their wake. Is that what you're saying? Turnaround video, is that a movie? Is it like a viral video? What is that? Turnaround video. Yeah. Well, Harvey happened on my way back to Texas. So when I first got there, it was all good. It hadn't land or didn't land yet. It wasn't like I don't even think it was on the radar. But the cruise I went on was a 7-day cruise. So when we were coming back from the 7-day cruise, that thing was just destroying Texas, and I was like, oh shit. And they parked us, like I said, like about a couple miles off. Like, but you could see it. It just looked like a giant wall of haze. It was just like it was the hurricane just destroying all the land. It was crazy. Educational and informative video that teaches you a lot in a little amount of time. All right. I might have to watch that off of stream in case it takes this down. Oh. Man. Kind of curious, like now that I have one of these up and running, or I'm going to try to start doing these more often, and especially when I get a second monitor, I'll be more on top of them. But now I understand why people have bookmarked like a bunch of topics and they just run them through. but it's weird just doing it on your own. Like I kind of like having somebody to banter with. Well, I mean, that's why I'm talking to the chat, or I'm talking to all you guys. I mean, that's the other thing. As much as I like streaming with people, like I'm always reading the chat when I'm on other people's streams. I'm always reading the chat, and I try to bring up people's comments in the chat to talk or to bring it up in discussions. I don't know if people have noticed that or not, but I usually will point stuff out more than most people, and that's one thing I would like to do. I understand once you start getting to a certain level, like, and you start having like maybe hundreds of people just spamming your chat. If you have an active chat, it's hard to keep up. But that's one thing when I start watching people. Yeah, this is my first stream. It's literally called a test stream because I don't even know. I didn't know how all this would work. I didn't know how like pulling up videos goes and all this stuff. So I wanted to test it out. I wasn't expecting literally anybody to even jump in here, but now that people are, I'm trying to talk to people. So it'd be more fun. And it's like, now I know how to, like, if I want to pull up random articles, it's like, no, I've learned a thing. Like I can do this now and pull up stuff like this. So now I know for next time to get a bunch of either get articles or pull up stuff to talk about. Now I understand. So the next time I do something like this, I'll be more prepared. So the intro thing, actually, I could probably do something like that. I'm gonna have to make my own because if I'm using the free StreamYard stuff, you can't you can't click in your own intros with the free version, but you can add your own videos. So if I add my own video, like I make my own, then I can do an intro and all that stuff. So if I start making all my own stuff, I can add it onto there and then I can use that. But there's auto ones on the StreamYard stuff that lets you do it, and you can add your video to it or whatever. You can use some of their stuff, but since I'm using the free one or whatever, it limits a lot of the stuff that would probably make a lot of this easier. Yeah, today I just used the 30-second countdown, like the 30-second countdown video. Like I think I can probably even, like if I just click, like it'll just start. It'll just start playing that if I want it to. But that's the only free one that's on there. But you get like media assets, and I can add in other ones. I just don't know how long of clips I can put in there. So let's see here. Like if I want to do, let's see here. Let's go to my intro that I normally do. So I'm going to play my normal intro for my videos, and let me know how it. Yeah, I'd have to make I'd have to change the sizing and stuff of it. Cool. Yes, yeah. I was trying to do OBS earlier, and I wasn't sure if it was like somebody messaged me and was like, "Hey, were you trying to stream?" And I was like, "I was trying to through OBS, and I don't know if it I was like, I don't know if it went through." And he was like, "Yeah, it showed up like you were trying to go live." And I was like, "Oh, I was literally clicking around and just messing with stuff." So I accidentally did a few things earlier. Like when I looked at my YouTube channel, I was like, I had like 3 videos or 3 streams that I tried to do, and I was like, "Whoops, my bad. I messed up on that." But anyways, guys, hey, it's 11:04 out here. I'll let you guys go, and thanks for sticking it out. and hanging out with me. And yeah, I'm going to start trying to do some more of these and actually have topics and whatnot. But yeah, I was glad to at least get something going here. Right on. Well, Sin, Name, Nino Tux, Scotty AU, thank you guys for hanging out, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hey, that oddly enough, it was kind of a successful stream. There was actually 8 people watching right now, so thank you very much. Parasite's a good anime. Yeah, it is good though. Anyways, man, you guys have a good night. I will catch you guys on the next one, either when I'm doing one or probably Tuesday night with DA. But maybe I'll do another stream tomorrow, like, and actually get some stuff going. So, hey, man, thanks for hanging out. You guys are great. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.